The atmosphere was tense, the lights dimmed ever so slightly, as if the room itself held its breath. Lee Min-ho, South Korea's golden boy of the screen, sat across from a veteran journalist, stoic, poised, but unmistakably burdened. This wasn't another glossy press interview for a new drama. No, today, he was about to speak about a topic that had been kept under lock and key for years. And then, with a soft sigh and a half smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, he said it: he was never the one for her. The words fell like a thunderclap in a quiet forest. Chapter 1. The triangle no one dared mention. It has been years since the famed Song couple, Joong-ki and Song Hye-kyo, divorced. Their whirlwind romance, sealed by the lavish 2017 wedding after co-starring in Descendants of the Sun, had once symbolized a fairy tale ending. But what fans didn't see was the long shadow cast by another name, Lee Min-ho. For years, rumors of a quiet but intense bond between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo simmered beneath the surface. They were never publicly seen together, never confirmed anything, yet insiders whispered of long phone calls, shared scripts, and moments stolen between shoots. And now, years later, the veil was finally being lifted. Chapter 2. A hidden history. According to close sources from the K-drama industry, Lee and Song Hye-kyo had known each other since their early careers. While never romantically linked in public, the chemistry between them was undeniable to those behind the scenes. In fact, it was said that Lee had been approached for Descendants of the Sun before Song Joong-ki eventually took the role. There was a time he wanted to take the role not for the script, an unnamed producer shared, but for the co-star, but fate had other plans. Lee stepped back, and Song Joong-ki stepped in. The rest, as fans know, became history, brief, explosive, and ultimately tragic. Chapter 3. The words that shook the industry. The interview continued, and Lee Min-ho didn't stop there. With a surprising calm, he added, "Some people see chemistry only on screen. I saw the lack of it off-screen." He was careful, never accusatory, but the undertone was impossible to miss. There was no hatred in his voice, only regret. Perhaps, maybe even a touch of mourning for what could have been. He clarified that he never wished harm upon Song Joong-ki, but his conviction was clear. She needed someone who could protect her soul, not just her name. Chapter 4. Echoes from the past. Reactions from the present. Online, the response was immediate. #Lee Min-ho truth trended within minutes of the broadcast. Some fans applauded his bravery, praising him for finally saying what many had long suspected. Others accused him of reopening wounds and speaking out of turn. But among the noise, one anonymous post stood out on a private entertainment forum. It claimed to be from a former stylist who had worked with both actors. "There were nights she cried between takes." The post read, and the only one who texted her at 3 a.m. was Lee. Chapter 5. The ripple effect. The revelations have reignited debate not just about the Song marriage, but about the unseen emotional lives of Korea's biggest stars. How much is scripted for the screen? How much is sacrificed off camera? More curiously, Lee Min-ho's timing has sparked speculation. Why now? Could this be a signal of an upcoming collaboration with Song Hye-kyo, or perhaps, finally, a public union? Or was it simply closure? When asked directly if he still speaks to her, Lee paused. Then, with the faintest nod, he said, "Sometimes, silence is the only way to protect someone." Final curtain. A sentence that lingers. As the interview drew to a close, the camera zoomed in ever so slightly. Lee's gaze, tired but unshaken, met the lens, and then came the final line. "I didn't speak before, because she never asked me to." The screen faded to black, but the echo of his words still reverberates through an industry built on silence, secrets, and scripted smiles. What will Song Joong-ki say in response? What will Song Hye-kyo feel reading this now, if she hadn't already known? One thing is certain: this silence has finally been broken, and it may never return.